It's cold, sweet, and perfect for dates in the desert. I think it's time we shake things up.
The date shake originated in the Coachella Valley.
If you take 3 parts ice cream, your favorite, it can be your gluten-free also, 1 part date paste, and a little bit of milk, and voila, there's your date shake.
In 1924, Floyd Shields began cultivating the Middle Eastern fruit in his orchard. 12 years later, transforming some of his dates into an ingredient known as date crystals, which blended perfectly with vanilla ice cream and milk.
The date shake the main ingredient is crystal, and that crystal is a dried blonde date. And the blonde date is the date that Mr. Shields is responsible for grafting.
After 18 months of trial and error, I perfected my triple process.
Shields Date Garden is a desert destination in Indio, where visitors can experience date culture in many forms. From its restaurant plates,
it's farm to table. It's a chance for people to experience breakfast items that include dates, like our famous date pancake, our date omelet, and then we also have our date burger for lunch, or we have our famous bacon wrap dates with cheese.
To its original form.
We are going to start with a brunette.
That's pretty good.
This one right here is the blonde date. That's the one that Mr. Shields grafted.
I can see why they'd say there's like kind of like a caramel-esque aftertaste, but not completely. Majol.
So there you go.
That is good. Wow.
They've got a theater with a movie dedicated to dates.
Nearly every crop would grow well in the nutrient-rich soil of this ancient ocean floor.
Back in 1957, when Mr. Shields promoted the movie, the reason being is because he was taking individuals that would come by Shields out to the field, and he was educating them, and he was spending hours. And unfortunately, he just didn't have that kind of time, because dates are very laborious. You climb each tree 7 times. And I'm sure he was probably thinking, how can I do this all? I am a one-man show with a lot of good help, but still, I want to be able to give the public the information they deserve. The actual title, The Sex Life of the Date, is truly because you do need the male trees and the female trees in order to promote a date harvest. You take the pollen that you harvest. We self-pollinate ourselves, but we collect the pollen from the male tree and we self-pollinate. So the sex life of the date is really just a fun way of letting people know that even trees have birds and bees.
And of course, this cool treat to shake up dates in the desert.